Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Town of Somerset's annual Independence Day celebration. I'm happy to see so many returning faces as well as some new ones. And of course, as always, the sun shines on Somerset, and we have an incredible weather today. And so first, I want to thank all the residents who braved this heat and are here today. And a special thank you to the residents who have volunteered to help with the festivities. Somerset represents the ideals that we are celebrating on this special day. We are full of residents who have dedicated their talents in fields like government, law, health, and the sciences, who still find time to volunteer to work for the betterment of our town and our state and our country. And we strive to be inclusive, where everyone can be themselves without fear. And the elected officials on the town council and I strive to do what is right. So we are going to start with our color guard. And today, with the American flag is Liam Bryce, the state flag is Eli Bolton, and the town of Somerset flag is Sabrina Bryce. So let's have So now we will have our famous singer, Somerset resident Andrew Lewis, who has sung our anthem for how many years now? Multitude of years, returning from Hollywood this year to help us. So he is going to sing our national anthem and our Somerset anthem, and I think that the words to the Somerset anthem have been distributed, correct? Okay, wonderful. So now we will turn it over to Andrew.
Thank you, Mayor, and welcome everyone. Listen, that's probably no better introduction than I could have ever imagined, because it is apparent that after so many years, I have earned at least 60 seconds of unmonitored mic time. Something happened to me, ladies and gentlemen, on Wednesday at the Bee swim meet, okay? I've been doing this for a long time. I mean, it was staggering. It was almost traumatic. And so, as a good son of Minnesota, exactly, I turned to my Mount Rushmore of guidance. And who, if you're from Minnesota, is on there? Do you know? No.
Wellstone.
Yes. Well, okay. Blackman, right? Staggering genius, right? Bob Dylan. You know what? We'll leave some spots open for me, and we'll go with the greatest of them all, Prince. It's Prince. The greatest Minnesotan of all time is Prince. And you know, the thing is, I grew up not too far from Prince. And the greatest part about Prince is, you know what he do? He nurtured talent. He found talent, and he got out of the way. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Augustine Mascot from Fallstone.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was
All right. And as all great showbiz people know, you never follow a kid. Or a puppy. All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen, the Somerset Anthem. I would never force this onto a kid like that, so I will do this myself. All right, we, ladies and gentlemen, have an anthem dedicated to our town because, you know, of course we do. And so, some of you may have the lyrics. It goes a little bit like this. In the shadow of our nation's home, there lies a special place, born when a century turned its page, and grown with timeless grace, where neighbors live 'neath noble trees, and friends are made we won't forget. We call it home, this special place, our town of Somerset. Okay, all right, now, that was me. Now we will all do it together. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. In the shadow of our nation's home, there lies a special place. When century turned its, and grown with timeless grace, where neighbors live 'neath noble trees, and friends are made we won't forget. We call it home, this special place, our town of Somerset. All right, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I wear a red hat one day a year, and here it is. We'll see you next year.
Thank you, Andrew. So now we are going to continue with our tradition of having our young people read the Declaration of Independence. I truly believe that this annual reading is the best way to celebrate this day, as this document shows us the values of union, freedom, and the rejection of tyranny. This year, staying true to those values remains as important, if not more important than ever. So I'm going to have Erlinda Doherty, who has trained all of these wonderful youth, take the stage.
We're gonna have them like right here.
Are we going to do it? We're going to do it from down there? Okay, perfect.
Should I start?
You may start.
Okay. When in the course of human events it becomes necessary for one people to dissolve the political bands which have connected them with another, and to assume among the powers of the earth the separate and equal station to which the laws of nature and of nature's God entitle them. A decent respect to the opinions of mankind requires that they should declare the causes which impel them to the separation.
We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unbelievable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, that to secure these rights, governments are instituted among men, delivering their just powers from the content of the governor, that whenever any form of government becomes destructive of these ends, it is the right of the people to alter or to abolish it, and the institute new government laying its foundation on such principles and organizing its powers in such form as to them shall seem most likely to affect their safety and happiness.
Prudence indeed will dedicate that governments long established should not be changed for the light and transient causes, and accordingly all experiences have shown that mankind are most disposed to suffer while evils are sufferable, than the right themselves, by abolishing the form to which they have been accustomed. But when a long train of abuse and usurpation pursuing invariably the same object, evidence a design to reduce them under absolute disappointment, it is their duty to throw off such government and to prove new guards for their future security.
Such has been the patient sufferance of these colonies, and such is now the necessity which constrains them to alter their former systems of government. The history of the present King of Great Britain is a history of repeated injuries and usurpations, all having in direct object the establishment of absolute tyranny over these states. To prove this, let facts be submitted to a candid world.
He has refused his assent to laws the most wholesome and necessary for the public good. He has forbidden his governors to pass laws of immediate and pressing importance, unless suspended in their operation till his assent should be obtained, and when so suspended, he has utterly neglected to attend to them. He has refused to pass other laws for the accommodation of large districts of people, unless those people would relinquish the right of representation in the legislature, a right inestimable to them and formidable to tyrants only.
He has called together legislative bodies at places unusual, uncomfortable, and distant from the depository of their public records, for the sole purpose of fatiguing them into compliance with his measures. He has dissolved representative houses repeatedly for opposing with mainly firmness his invasions on the right of the people. He has refused for a long time after such dissolutions to cause others to be elected, whereby the legislative powers, incapable of annihilation, have returned to the people at large for their exercise, the state remaining in the meantime exposed to all the dangers of invasion from without and convulsions within.
He has endeavored to prevent the population of these states, for that purpose obstructing the laws for naturalization of foreigners, refusing to pass others, and encouraging mitigations hither, and raising the conditions of new appropriations of lands. What? He has obstructed the administration of justice by refusing his assent to laws for establishing judicial powers. I cannot speak today.
He has made judges dependent on his will alone for the tenure of their offices and the amount and payment of their salaries. He has erected a multitude of new offices and sent hither swarms of offices to harass our people and eat out their substance. He has kept among us in times of peace standing armies without the consent of our legislators. He has effected to render the military independent of and superior to the civil power. He has combined with others to subject us to a jurisdiction foreign to our Constitution, and unacknowledged by our laws, giving his assent to their acts pretended legislation. For quartering large bodies of armed troops among us, for protecting them by a mock trial from punishment for any murders which they should commit to the inhabitations of these states, for cutting off their trade with all parts of the world, for imposing taxes on us without our consent, for depriving us in many cases of the benefits of trial by jury, for transporting us beyond the seas to be tried for pretended offenses, for abolishing the free system of English laws in a neighboring province, establishing therein an arbitrary government, and enlarging its boundaries so as to render it at once an example to fit instrument for introducing the same absolute rule into these colonies.
For taking away our charters, abolishing our most valuable laws, and altering fundamentally the forms of our governments. For suspending our own legislators and declaring themselves invested with power to legislate for us in all cases whatsoever. He has abdicated government here by declaring us out of his protection and waging war against us.
He has plundered our seas, ravaged our coasts, burnt our towns, and destroyed the lives of our people. He is at this time transporting large armies of foreign mercenaries to complete the works of death, desolation, and tyranny. Already begun with the circumstances of cruelty and perfidy, scarcely paralleled in those barbarous ages, and totally unworthy the head of a civilized nation.
He has constrained our fellow citizens, taken captive on the high seas to bear arms against their country, to become the executioners of their friends and brethren, or to fall themselves by their hands. He has excited domestic insurrections amongst us.
In every stage of these oppressions, we have petitioned for redress in the most humble terms. Our repeated petitions have been answered by only repeated injury. A prince whose character is thus marked by every act which may define a tyrant who is unfit to be the ruler of a free people.
Nor we have been wanting in intention to our brotherhens. We have warned them from time to time of attempts by their legislation to extend the unwearable jurisdiction over us. We have reminded them of the circumstances of our immigration and settlement here. We have appealed to their native justice and magnanimity, and we have conjured them by the ties of our common kindred to disavow these usurpations which will inevitably interrupt our connections and correspondence. They too have been deaf to the voice of justice and of congruency. We must therefore acquaint in the necessity which denounces our separation and hold them as we hold the rest of the mankind, enemies in war, in peace, friends.
We, therefore, the representatives of the United States of America, in General Congress, assembled, appealing to the Supreme Judge of the world for the rectitude of our intentions, do, in the name and by the authority of the good people of these colonies, solemnly publish and declare that these united colonies are, and of right ought to be, free and independent states.
That they are absolved from all allegiance to the British Crown, and that all political connection between them and the state of Great Britain is and ought to be totally dissolved, and that the free and independent states, they have full power to levy war, conclude peace, contract alliances, establish commerce, and to do all other acts that things which independent states may of right do. And for the support of this declaration, with a firm reliance on the protection of the divine providence, we mutually pledge to to each other our lives, our fortune, and our sacred honor.
Okay, isn't that is incredible? These are our future leaders. Come out to take a bow, everybody. Come out and take a bow. This is something that everybody waits for every year, so thank you. It was better than ever. So earlier this year, we had an essay contest for fourth graders in the town, and it invited our young minds to share their visions for the future of the town. Participants were asked to begin their essays with the line, "If I were mayor, I would," and to reflect on how they would make Somerset a better place while ensuring all residents feel a strong sense of community. A panel of residents consisting of our communications chair, Leslie Kaplan, our public safety chair, Kumar Vaswani, and Board of Supervisors of Election chair, Jim Barry, blind judged the entries based on creativity, relevance to the prompt knowledge of municipal government, and grammar. The winner was Isabel Zanders. Yay. Unfortunately, she's out of town and she couldn't be with us today. However, we are lucky to have our outstanding runner-up, Claire Rovac, here with us. And she is going to be reading her essay, which earned high praise from our judges. So Claire, please come up and read your essay.
If I Were Mayor of Somerset by Claire Rovac. If I were mayor, I would bring some food for everyone to the meetings. Why I choose to do that is because my mom is a town council member and I sometimes go to the meetings to watch. I also think more people would attend the meetings because there is food. I would make sure that people feel a part of the community by making the pool cleaner, inviting more people, and more. Another idea I have is there should be water jugs and cups at the tennis court. My favorite part of Somerset is the new playground at the Somerset School, but I think they should add some swings. I feel very safe here in Somerset. It would be amazing to be the mayor. It would be amazing to be the mayor of Somerset.
Okay, everybody. Now, Claire asked yesterday if she could be named Youth Mayor of the Day. So would someone like to nominate her? Okay, is there a second? Is there discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor? All those opposed? So Claire, you are declared as Youth Mayor of today. Thank you. So how many rising fourth graders are here today? Raise your hand. Okay, so we expect all of you to enter the contest next year to have the opportunity to be here. But I also wanted to point out, while Claire is youth mayor for today, as I think many of you know, we now have a youth town council and we have a youth mayor. And I wanted to read the names of all of because their terms are up now and there'll be new ones for the next year. So our youth council mayor for this year was Ari Peters, our youth council president, Sarah Guinand, our Youth Council Vice President, Colin Leviton, Youth Council Secretary, Tabitha Cutler, Youth Council Member, Pier Paolo Baldassari, Youth Council Member, Aubrey Green, Youth Council Member, Javier Green, Youth Council Member, Daniel Lareda, and Youth Council Member, Samuel Torresilla. Some will be continuing and some will be moving on to higher education. So let's have a round of applause for them. And now I'm going to call our new council member, Rohit Khanna, up to introduce our elected and appointed officials. So if they could come line up here, Councilmember Khanna will announce their name, and then if they could bring greetings. And we'll start with our local police chief, Daum, and then others. So if you could come line up over here, and I'm going to turn it over to you.
Thank you. So we have from our district here, from Montgomery County Police Department, Amy Daum. Is that? And we're very fortunate. I don't see where your colleague is, but we're very fortunate to have her colleague here at a town hall session a couple of months ago. And I just really want to share with everyone that if we have concerns as a town about public safety issues, they're very, very accessible and extremely helpful in finding ways that are very practical and pragmatic for us. So both the Public Safety Committee, but also as a council member, I really appreciate very much the accessibility, the support we've got. And again, I just want to repeat, if there are any concerns anybody has on these issues, you can contact them directly, you can contact the Public Safety Committee, the council members, but you should not hesitate to do so. Anyway, I want to thank you very much for coming out as well.
Absolutely, thank
you. Would like to say a few words?
Hi, everyone. Don't tell anybody else, but this remains one of my favorite events of the year. I love your little town. Claire, you mentioned something so important, our Youth Mayor of the Day, Claire. She mentioned something so important. You talked about bringing food, right? So it really warms my heart to see all here breaking bread with your neighbors, because we know that involved communities are safer communities. So thank you for all you've done to ensure that Somerset is a thriving, safe community. I would like to just chat really quickly, though, about the things you can do to make your 4th of July happier and safer. And I have 2 tips for you, maybe 3. Number 1, lock your car when you go home tonight. Number 2, bring your things inside after you lock the car. And number 3, if you see something that's weird, you don't think that it belongs in your community, please give us a call on our non-emergency number, 301-279-8000. Your police department is committed to keeping your community and our communities safe for everyone who chooses to live, work, and play here in Somerset and Montgomery County. Thank you for being here, and happy 4th of July. I hope you have a safe one.
Thank you very much. So next up, I have Julie Wang, who is on the Board of Education. And I think you have a President of the Board of Education. I think you have a busy year ahead of you. And a lot of people have a lot of opinions about their schools, so over to you.
Yeah. All right. What a great day for good food, great neighbors, and maybe their eyes. I'm going to check out that food truck eyes. So today, I'm Julie Yang. So glad to be here again this year. So today, we celebrate Independence Day. Independence Day for me is not just a historic event, but it's a promise that every one of us should have the right to determine our future. I came to United States from China growing up at a time where many girls around me didn't even get to finish elementary school. So my education was my path to independence. And so for me, freedom, and today, as I'm proudly serving as the President of Board of Education, we are going to do the same for every one of our students. So freedoms doesn't stop at parades or picnics. It is making sure that every student can succeed, everyone can get a good job, every neighbor can thrive, and that upward mobility in our neighborhood is not just a buzzword, but it's an opportunity for all of us. So happy 4th of July, everyone, and I will see you again on Monday night on Zoom. We'll talk about all the things that's happening with our schools. Thank you, everyone.
So as Julie was saying, I'm also an immigrant, and I think one of the great blessings of this country, I think Americans maybe take it for granted, but for those of us who have become naturalized citizens, one of the blessings of this country is local government. We see it here in Somerset, but there's one level above, which is also extremely important, and that's the county council. And where I come from originally from India, that level doesn't really exist as a democratic level at all. And it really matters to have that level of government that is, not in Annapolis, but one level between you and the state. And so I'm very happy to have Councilmember Andrew Friedson here, who's our District 1 representative. Over to you, Councilmember.
Happy 4th of July. I'm Andrew Friedson. I have the privilege of representing you on the Montgomery County Council. It is an honor to be back here in one of the great towns in Montgomery County in the state of Maryland to celebrate community and to celebrate country. Community is hard to define, but you know it when you see it because you can feel it, and there definitely is community here. So thank you for that. We were just listening to the young people, as we always do each and every year, read the Declaration of Independence. I had to remind myself that it was written 249 years ago and not this week, unfortunately, but the fact remains that today, we are not just celebrating and reminding ourselves of the Declaration of Independence. I think gatherings like this and today reminds us of how important it is to declare our interdependence. Because I think there's a suggestion that all of us should be on our own. But that's not what today is all about. Today's Independence Day is really about interdependence. It's about 13 colonies becoming one nation. It's about communities coming together for gatherings just like this one. It's about all of us recognizing that we are in this together and that we are going to move forward and address the challenges that we face in some of the dark moments of our country's history, some of the dark moments and the challenges that we face, and we're going to do it together as one community, as one county, as one country. So thank you for celebrating independence. Thank you for celebrating our interdependence. Thank you for celebrating community and country today, and happy 4th of July.
Andrew was pretty forceful there. Okay. So I think the 4th of July is also a good time to have a civics lesson. I'd be curious to know how many here know how many state senators and state delegates represent us in Annapolis. State senators. Now this part of the room is, this part of the crowd, disqualified. Any guesses? State senators, how many? 1, very good. How many state delegates do we have? 3, very good. If you didn't know that, back to school for everyone. So our state senator is Sarah Love, and I'd like to welcome her to come here. Thank you.
Thank you, and good afternoon, everybody. It's wonderful to see you all here today. The 4th of July is a wonderful day to get together and celebrate, as Councilmember Friedson said, community. And to celebrate so many things that we love. Families coming together, children playing, amazing picnics, ice cream, everything getting together. And today is also a wonderful day to remember the values of our country. Just to pick up on the theme here, 249 years ago, when our Declaration of Independence was adopted, we declared ourselves independent of a king and said that the power resides with the people. It resides with us. And we laid out those democratic principles that we all hold so dear. And while my colleagues and I at the state and local government level are doing what we can to protect and support our residents, protecting democracy falls with all of us. So I am really happy to be here with you all today to celebrate Somerset, to celebrate Maryland, to celebrate our country, and to agree to continue to fight for our democracy. Thank you so much and have a great day.
So now I'd like to invite the first of our, we're happy to have three of our delegates, all 3 of our delegates here. So Mark Corman.
Thank you, council member. Thank you, mayor. Thank you to the whole town of Somerset. Happy 4th of July, everybody. I am Mark Corman. I'm one of your 3 state delegates alongside Delegate Warman and Delegate Wallach, who you're here from. You just heard from Senator Love. 3 important things on my mind today: hot dogs, fireworks, and down with the king. Well, when you're thinking about hot dogs, when you're eating them tonight, where did hot dogs come from? Anybody know? A German immigrant brought them over and pushed them around a cart, so immigration. Fireworks, where did fireworks come from? Well, Europeans traded with China and then sent them over with the first colonists. Trade. I don't know why that's on my mind. And then the third thing, down with the king. Well, why don't we have a king? because a guy named George Washington went to the building that the four of us working in the state legislature, the State House in Annapolis, and resigned as Commander-in-Chief of the Continental Army instead of taking power. So rule of law. So when you're eating your hot dog, remember immigrants. When you're watching the fireworks, remember trade. And just when you're enjoying the 4th of July, remember the rule of law. Really great to represent you in the state legislature. Have a really great 4th of July. Thank you all.
So our next state delegate is Sarah Wallach.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Nice to see you. I'm Sarah Wallach, one of your delegates here. And before I go into my remarks, let's just give a round to Mayor Slavin, the council members, and everyone who put together this awesome event. And also the kids. That is a tradition that's worth coming back here every year. This is my 2nd year here with you. And last night I was thinking about the 4th. I was thinking about what it means this particular year. And so I did something which is sort of unusual for me. I read the Declaration of Independence last night. And the word that really stuck out to me was pursuit. I know there's a lot of conversation these days about what it means to be American and who is American. And I think that word really embodies our history and hopefully our future. So as a state delegate, I'll say that we in Annapolis have been in pursuit of healthcare for all, for education that's fully funded, right? Transportation that works for all of us, taking care of our environment, this beautiful space that we have, even as we struggle with some changes that are happening in DC. So we are in pursuit, very much like all of you are. And I think that's what binds us and hopefully saves our future, is this urgency to keep going and keep in pursuit of that more perfect union where we can create, justice and peace and love in this nation that we love as well. I also want to give a quick shout out to my interns and my chief of staff who have been with me since 9 a.m. this morning. So Andrew, Chris, and Claudia, thanks so much. And thank you, everyone.
So our next delegate is Teresa Worman.
Hey everybody, thank you so much for being out here today. It really means a lot to see community come together at a hard time like this. My name is Delegate Teresa Worman, and I'm one of your 3 delegates in Annapolis, as they just said. I came here as an immigrant when I was a child, and when you first get to a country, what you notice is not the politics of it. What you notice is the community of it. And what I noticed is I came here in the summer just like this, hot, and I noticed celebrations like this. So celebrations like this that really make this community as special as it is, and it really warms my heart to see you all out here still celebrating our country despite of how hard things can seem right now. It warms my heart in general to see that more people like me are choosing to become Americans even when it's hard. There are people out there still wanting to be Americans, and that's what I held on to. So thank you for being out here, and I really appreciate you all coming out and celebrating this great, amazing country.
Well, I know who you've been waiting to hear from. People have come from all over the country to listen to this congressman. Needs no introduction. All I can say, I think on behalf of all of us, is that you make us proud to be a Marylander, without any doubt that when you speak on our behalf, you speak on behalf of the country, and we are really extremely fortunate to have you represent us in Congress and to speak on behalf of democracy on all our behalves. Thank you very much, Congressman.
Let's hear it for Rohit Khanna on the council. That's so cool. Hello, Somerset. Happy 4th of July, everybody. Hello, Mayor Slavin. I'm so happy to be here. I'm happy to be here. I brought some of the young people from Democracy Summer, high school and college kids who are spending the summer registering people to vote and engaged in politics.
You have got the very coolest small town off of Connecticut Avenue in all of America. I was actually on one of the TV shows, and the anchor person said to me, like off the air, you know, I'm trying to move into your district. I'm trying to move to Somerset, but there's no houses for sale there. I said, well, you got to talk to Jeffrey. And she said, Jeffrey? I said, Jeffrey Slavin, the mayor. So I called Jeffrey, and he got in touch with her and tried to help her out. And and then she called me back like 2 hours later, and she said, Mayor Slavin really knows how to talk. And I was like, yeah, he's a great talker, and he's a great connector, and he's a great leader. So let's hear it from Mayor Jeffrey Slavin. I'm feeling good today. You know why? I'm feeling good because yesterday, the President of the United States of America tweeted against me and Truth Socialed against me. And you know what? I'm not in jail today. I'm not in prison because of the First Amendment. He's got a right to say whatever he wants about me, and I've got a right to say whatever I want about him. That's what it means to live in America, right? He got mad because I said he didn't know what was in his bill because he brought the Republicans over to the White House and he said, well, one thing we shouldn't do is cut anybody's Medicaid or Medicare. The whole bill cut 17 million people off of their Medicaid. So I went on TV and I said he didn't know what was in his bill. So then he tweeted out a bunch of things about me. One was he called me a third-rate Democrat politician from Maryland. And I'll tell you what I took offense to there, because he's not the only one who makes this mistake. Democrat is the noun. Democratic is the adjective, okay? I'm a third-rate Democratic politician from Maryland, not a Democrat politician, because that kind of political speech impediment is spreading. If he can't pronounce the name of my party, I can't pronounce the name of his party. It'll just come out the Banana Republican Party or something like that, you know? But anyway, then he called me, he said I was a loser, in all caps, several times. That made me mad. You know why? I mean, I don't brag about it, but I've never lost an election, and he lost 2 elections in the popular vote. Hillary Clinton beat him by 2.5 million votes in the popular vote. He eked out that electoral college victory, and Joe Biden beat him by more than 7 million votes in 2020. Okay, 7 million votes. So I don't need to hear that. Then he said, this really got me. He said I was ugly. I had an ugly face. Well, look, I mean, I never thought I was Tom Cruise or anything, but if I got Donald Trump insulting my looks, I'm in a much worse position than I thought I was in. Thank you very much. I appreciate that, kiddo. I've been getting supportive messages like that from all over the country. Look, it's not a sin to have an ugly face, but it's a sin to have an ugly soul, and it's a sin to have an ugly bill that throws millions of people off of their health care in the United States of America. That's a sin. But we're here to celebrate the 4th of July, our independence, our liberation from the kings. Anybody go to the No King's Day protests on June 14th? How cool is that? You know, the people who invented indivisible are my constituents in Montgomery County. Ezra and Leah started indivisible right here in Maryland's beautiful 8th District. But we've got no kings here. We've got no queens. We've got no monarchs. We've got no lords. We've got no czars. The 3 most important words of our Constitution are the 3 first words of the Constitution: we the people. We the people, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and preserve to ourselves and our posterity the blessings of liberty, do hereby ordain and establish the Constitution of these United States of America. That's our preamble. That's our mission statement. And the very next sentence says, all legislative power is vested in the Congress of the United States of America. We are the lawmaking branch of government. We write the budgets. We set the taxes. We declare war if anybody is going to declare war. The Congress is. Sometimes people say, we got 3 co-equal branches. This is like 5th grade propaganda, all right? First of all, co-equal is not even a word. All right? That's like extremely unique. But secondly, there's a reason Congress is in Article 1 and Congress comes first, right? The Article 1 is like this long with all the powers of Congress. And you get to Article 1, Section 8, Clause 18, and all other powers necessary and proper to the execution of the foregoing powers. Then you get to Article 2, which is like this big. The most important paragraph says, a president shall be impeached for conviction on treason, bribery, and other high crimes and misdemeanors. If we're co-equal branches, why do we have the power to impeach the president and he doesn't have the power to impeach us? Okay? This is government by the people here. All of us who aspire and attain to public office, whether Jeffrey Slavin or Donald Trump, all of us are nothing but the servants of the people. And the moment that any of us thinks we're a king, we're a queen, we're a master, we're a lord, we're a czar, we're an emperor, that's the moment to evict, eject, reject, impeach, try, convict, start all over again. This is a government run by the people of the United States. So, I wish you all a beautiful and happy 4th of July Independence Day in this beautiful, extraordinary community where everybody takes care of everybody else and everybody takes care of the common things we've got, like the schools and the parks and the beautiful land and the air. And we live in a time of a lot of partisan division, but you know, I don't buy it. I think that the vast majority of Americans believe in our Declaration, believe in our Constitution. I went to a goodbye party for one of my Republican friends in Congress named Trey Gowdy, and he was leaving town, and I went to the goodbye party, and afterwards he said, you know, Raskin, you're not a bad guy. The problem with you is you're a liberal. And I said, you know what? You're damn right I'm a liberal. The heart of the word liberal is liberty. And I'm a progressive. The heart of that word is progress. And I'm a conservative. That's what I like to call myself today because I want to conserve the land, the air, the water, the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, the Voting Rights Act, the Civil Rights Act. Everything that they want to tear down and destroy is everything we must conserve in America. Happy 4th of July, everybody. Happy Independence Day.
Thank you, Congressman. So with that, I think we now are moving on to the celebration part of it. I think we're now going to celebrate a number of important events. The graduates first, so I think
Councilmember Rovak, Shannon Rovak is going to come forward and announce all of our graduates. Yes, here you go. So I do want you to know that we didn't. Let me just quickly, why don't you read the names of we forgot to read the names of the declaration readers, so I'm going to let Councilmember Rovak do that, and then she's going to go over all of our wonderful graduates. I'm turning it over to you.
Okay, I might need a little help. Okay, oops.
No, you
don't. So the 2025 declaration readers were Eli Bolton from Cumberland. Do you want me to read everything? Age 9.
Yeah, why not?
Okay. Eli Mascot on Dorset, age 13. Augustine Mascot, Dorset, age 12. Indu Kumar on Trent, age 12. Hannah Cariaso on Uppingham, age 9. Max Skiley on Cumberland, age 11. Julian Guerin on Surrey, age 10. Catherine and Leah Klempner on Cumberland, age 11 and 8. Kai and Miles Sharon on Essex, age 10 and 8. Celia Cathan on Dorset, age 9. William Park on Surrey, age 11. Basti and Max Bremer on Warwick, age 9 and 11, and Claire Rovac on Cumberland, age 10. Claire, Mayor
Rovac.
for the day, Rovac. Thank you, everyone did a great job. Okay. All right, so here are the 2025 graduates. Samantha Cutler graduated from Richard Montgomery High School and is going to Vanderbilt University.
They're going to say they're going to get their towel.
If you want to come up after your name is called, you can receive a towel. Yes, congratulations.
We also want to see you.
With the recent switch, Olivia Zaft from Dorset, who graduated from BCC High School and is going to Georgetown. Yay. Alessandro Baldassari graduated from British International Middle School, and he will be headed to British International High School.
He's in Turkey. He says he's in Turkey.
Oh, sorry to miss this year's. He's in Turkey, representing Team USA. Great. Alana Bilbao has graduated from BCC and is headed to McGill. Yay. And Clara Bilbao, who's not here, I guess, graduated from BCC and is headed to Georgia Tech. Miriam Hakeem graduated from BCC and is headed to the University of Maryland.
And you can say, read the thing here.
She has already played in the marching band at UMD. Congratulations. Sebastian Bremer has graduated from Somerset Elementary School and will be headed to the Field School. Sebastian remains a passionate music enthusiast, always learning about different genres and diving into new lyrics. Amalia Lawler has graduated from the Oneness Family Montessori School and will be headed to the Field School. And Amelia, sorry, I'm losing my brain. Cece Lawler has graduated from Somerset Elementary School and is also headed to the Field School. Yeah! Julia Medin has graduated from BCC and is headed to Columbia University. And Julia had an internship where she worked on Air Force One and attended meetings at the Pentagon. Following this, she was a ball kid at the US Open tennis tournament. Caleb Weiss has graduated from Somerset Elementary School and is headed to Norwood School. Caleb loves Magic, The Gathering strategy card game, football, LA Dodgers, and their Siberian cat, Maggie. Catherine Klempner has graduated from Somerset Elementary School and is headed to Westland Middle School. Alexander, aka Zahn, is that my saying that right? Geyer, has graduated from Westland Middle School and headed to BCC High School. Zan, sorry. Phoebe Lewis, who is currently on a water canoe in the Arctic Circle, has graduated from BCC and is headed to Bowdoin College. Sadie Rosenthal has graduated from the wonderful University of Wisconsin-Madison, and she graduated with honors, and she will be interning in New York this summer. Stella Rosenthal has graduated from GDS Middle School and will be headed to GDS High School. Joseph Rona has graduated from BCC High School and is headed to Lehigh University. Luke Shoemaker is graduated from BCC High School and is headed to the University of Florida. Sabrina Bryce has graduated from Somerset Elementary School and is headed to Westland Middle School. And Killian Doherty has graduated from BCC High School and is headed to Clemson, where he will be studying automotive engineering. And those are our graduates.
Thank you. Thank you. And if we missed anyone, please contact the town hall, and we'll be putting all these names in the town journal, and we will want to give you your gift. So next I will call up Councilmember Kabir Kumar to announce the Somerset Dolphins record and give out the certificates.
Happy 4th of July, Somerset. Have folks tried the hot dog? It's on the house, you know that, right? So go try the hot dog. I have just one message to give, despite the wonderful speeches from our various officials, that we are, and we should try really hard to be one town. Whether we are Democrat or Republican in this town, we are Somerset first. We are neighbors first. We have to look after each other and care for each other. So I hope you will remember that. And that's what's wonderful about the Dolphins. Because all that matters in the Dolphins is swimming, breaking some records, showing the other team up. That's what we are about. Okay, so 6 Somerset Dolphin records were broken during the 2024 swim season. 3 individual records were set. In the boys 8 and under 25 meter back, Sebastian Riley. Eli is going to, thank you, Eli. That's very kind of you. Sebastian bested his brother's 2019 record. I wonder what that dinner conversation was like, with a time of 20:75. And in the boys 8 and under 25 meter fly, again, Sebi Riley bested a nearly 20-year-old 2005 record by the legend, Gavin Springer, to set a new record of 18:01. Okay, yeah, hold on. Why don't I give these to you? Yeah, okay. And then in the 13-14-50 free, Leo Bracchiali bested a 2019 record set by another legend, Miles Harrelson, with a record of 26:75. Leo is here. All right. Looking fly there, Leo. Looking good. Okay, 3 relay records were set. Swimmers are announced in the order they swam. Thank you, Anne. In the boys' open 200-meter medley, Leo Bracchiali, Gage Bolton, Killian Doherty, and Peter Kumar beat the previous record set in 2015 with a new time of 1:59.76. Even as we are handing out this record, we know it's already been bested. And then in the boys' 13-14 200-meter medley, Liam Bryce, Dylan Riley, Zan Gaia, and Leo Bracchiali bested the prior record set in 2023 with a time of 2:06.98. Congratulations, guys. And in the boys' 14 and under 100-meter medley relay, Sebi, Eli Mascout, Leo, Ben Folks beat the record set in 2023 with a time of 1:09.80. As you know, in addition to these records, every year we give an award to a volunteer. It takes many, many volunteers to pull off the dolphin season. I'm intimately familiar with that. And every year we give an award in the name of Jeff Mascot, our beloved neighbor who passed away a few years ago. So the Jeff Mascot Volunteer Service Award goes to our beloved former team rep, neighbor, and friend, to Jeff Mascot, Jackie Kwan. Go, Jackie. Thank you all. Go, Somerset.
So our last announcement, and I'm going to call Council President Robin Barr to the stage. We are going to announce the winners of the cupcake decorating contest, and I do want to thank the 3 judges, which are Matt Zaft, Matt Zaft, who's the chair of our pool committee, Leslie Kaplan, our communications committee chair, and also the editor of our outstanding town journal, Bruce Tully, our former public safety chair. So now I'm going to turn it over to Robin to announce the winners. Let's have Leslie, who's the First Lady of Somerset now, I guess. Leslie, come up and explain the contest.
All right, I'll stand back.
Because and maybe they can.
We have one more judge.
You said Matt Zaft, who we're missing. No, why don't
Okay, so I'm going to turn it over to Leslie, and she will assist the president.
For those of you who don't know, I'm married to Robin, so he's used to this.
She assists me a lot.
She's the first. You're the first lady.
Okay, so a couple years ago for the cupcake contest, we decided first, second, third wasn't really the best way to describe how the cupcakes differed and which ones were good and which ones were more good. So we have 3 prizes. One is for the most original cupcake. One is for the best representation of the spirit of the 4th of July. And I wish I could read somebody's writing here. And the other is other one is the best tasting cupcake. So I'm going to start with what cupcakes it was most representative of the spirit of the 4th of July. I'm going to let him do it after all.
The president is supposed to do it.
That's it. I thank my wife for letting me get a word in once. Anyway, all right. So the most original cupcake goes to Sabrina Bryce.
Tell her to come forward and get her certificate.
Please come forward. You're going to get that. Thank you, Sabrina. You knew what to do. All right. The second prize that we're offering, they're all equal, remember, goes to Cameron Edick for the best taste. And the prize for the best representation of the 4th of July goes to Francisca and Josephine Cullen. Are you coming forward? Nope. Yep, here. Yay!
Okay. All right. Okay, thank you. So it's been a wonderful, wonderful afternoon. Before we close, I do want to thank our incredible staff, E.J. Hardwick, who isn't with us today, but also Linda Williams, our clerk, who really... Yeah, take a bow. And Justin Burgett. I also want to thank Jamal Kelly of Dogs on the Curb and Kunal Amin of Kona Ice Cream for being here today. And there are still hot dogs available, so please take advantage of that. And I also want to thank George Suggs, audio visual extraordinaire, available. All these vendors are available, and we will hope to see you all at the newcomers event in the fall, and have a great summer, everybody. Thanks a lot. It's been a beautiful day.